Hi, in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this little thing here. This little ornament is a part of my triple single pet series, and this is Santa Claus. So, as you can see here, it's Santa Claus, and I'm going to be showing you how to make him on a loom. And yeah, so to make him, you're going to need your loom, and this tutorial is for looms with 13 pins in each pin bar. So if you were to count the number of pins in one row, so say the left, you need to count 13. If you have more than 13 pins, then you just won't use one row of pins. If you have less than 13 pins, you will not be able to make this bracelet or ornament. I will be showing you how to make this guy into an ornament. And if you want to make him into an ornament, you will need a paper clip. Now you will also need a hook. I'm going to be using my metal tipped hook. Any hook should work. And you will also need rubber bands. So, as you can see here, there are there are 6 different little piles here. And I'm going to tell you how many of each you're going to need. So these black rubber bands over here on the left, they are going to be the actual black rubber bands here in the ornament. And you're going to need 25 black rubber bands. You're also going to need 25 white rubber bands, so for his beard and his hat and a little bit of his, his arm. You will need 42 red rubber bands, or in this tutorial I'm going to be using pink, and the red will be used in his hat and in his jacket, and yeah. And then you're going to need 12 skin color rubber bands, and that will be used in his face. And you will need 1 yellow or gold rubber band, and that will be used for his belt buckle. And you will also need 13 extra rubber bands that will be the background kind of thing here. So these blue rubber bands in the example. So yeah, now that you know what you're going to need, get your supplies and use the pause button so that you can do so, and I will see you once you have everything. Alright, so to begin, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making Santa's beard first before we make the actual Santa, because you're going to need all 3 rows on your loom to make it. So, to make the beard for Santa, you're going to need 19 of your white rubber bands and the arrow on your loom pointing towards you. Alright, so to begin, we're going to get 1 white rubber band, and we're going to place it going down our loom, going from this 5th left pin to this 4th left pin. Just like that. Now we're going to place double rubber bands, which means we'll be placing 2 instead of 1. So you're going to get 2 white rubber bands, and we're going to place them still going down from now this 4th left pin to this 3rd left pin. Now one more time, we're going to get 2 white rubber bands, and we're going to place them going down from this 3rd left pin to this 2nd left pin. And that's all we're going to do on the left for now. Now we're going to move on to this middle row. So here we're going to start on the 5th middle pin, get 1 white rubber band and place it going down from this 5th middle pin to this 4th middle pin. Now the next rubber bands we'll be placing will be doubled, which means we have 2 instead of 1. So we get 2 white rubber bands and place them going down from this 4th middle pin to this 3rd middle pin. And finally, get 2 more white rubber bands and place them going down from this 3rd middle pin to this 2nd middle pin. Same thing we had done here on the left, but now in the middle. Now that's all we're going to do for this middle row for now. Now we're going to do the exact same thing here on the right. We're going to get one white rubber band, place it going down from this 5th right pin to this 4th right pin. Now we're going to place double rubber bands, which means we'll be placing 2 instead of 1. We're going to place these 2 white rubber bands going down from this 4th right pin to this 3rd right pin. And finally, we're going to get 2 more white rubber bands and place them going down from this 3rd right pin to the 2nd right pin. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 connector rubber band so we can connect all 3 of these rows of rubber bands together. And it will also give the beard kind of a squished look here in the middle. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to get 1 white rubber band. There should be 3 left of the 19 I told you to get. Just put those off to the side for a moment. You're going to take this 1 white rubber band and we're going to make it into a cap band. And to do that, you're going to take this rubber band, twist it into an 8 or an infinity shape like so, and then fold this rubber band back on top of itself. So now it looks like you have 2 layers of rubber bands instead of 1. But remember, this is only 1 rubber band. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place this white rubber band on this 4th left pin. Alright, so as you can see here, it is now on this 4th left pin. What we're going to do is we're going to now stretch this rubber band going across all of the 4th pins on your loom. So the 4th left pin, 4th middle pin, and 4th right pin. So what you do is you grab the rubber band, this cap band that you put on the 4th left pin, and you're just going to stretch it out to this 4th middle pin first. We're going to go 1 pin at a time. So you have something like this. Now you're going to grab the rubber band again and stretch it over to the 4th right pin. And there should still be 2 little layers like this. Alright, so once you've placed that there, you can get the last 3 of the 19 white rubber bands I told you to get. And we're going to be making them cap bands as well. So we're going to take one of them. We're going to twist it into an 8 or infinity shape, fold it like a book back on top of itself, and now put this new cap band on this 2nd left pin. Now we're going to get another white rubber band, turn it into a cap band, twist the rubber band, fold it like a book on top of itself. There we go. Now we have our cap band and we're going to put it on this 2nd middle pin. And then with this last white rubber band, we're going to turn it into a cap band. So go ahead and do that. And put this new cap band on this 2nd right pin. And there you go. Now you have finished placing all of the rubber bands you need to for Santa's beard. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our hook and loom. So, get your hook and then we can get started. Okay, so to loom Santa's beard, it's very, very simple. All you're going to do is we're going to start here on this left row. We're going to get our hook, pull back the cap band here on the 2nd left pin, grab the bottom 2 rubber bands, and loom them forwards to the 3rd left pin. Very easy. Now here on this 3rd left pin, we're going to go in, grab the bottom 2 rubber bands, and pull them both forwards to the 4th left pin. Now this next part here is going to be a little bit more tricky, because now we have this, I guess you could say, triangle rubber band, because that's the shape it's making here. But all you're going to do with this triangle rubber band is you're just going to go into this 4th left pin, pull this triangle rubber band back a little bit, And then grab the bottom rubber band, there should only be one, and carefully loom it forwards to the 5th left pin. And that's all you have to do for the left side. Now we're going to move on to the center row. We're going to do the exact same thing. Here on the 2nd middle pin, we're going to pull back this cap band, grab the bottom 2 rubber bands, and loom them both forwards to this 3rd middle pin. Now we're going to go in again. Now on this 3rd center pin, grab the bottom 2 rubber bands and pull them both forwards to the 4th middle pin. And finally, we're just going to go in, grab the bottom rubber band and loom it forwards to the 5th middle pin. We do not need to pull anything back here because this triangle rubber band is all the way back here and there's no need to pull it back. Alright, now we're going to do the exact same thing here on the right. On the 2nd right pin, we're going to pull back this cap band, grab the bottom 2 rubber bands and loom them forwards. Then here on this 3rd right pin, we're going to grab the bottom 2 rubber bands, pull them both forwards. Now we're here on this 4th right pin, and it's a little bit different because we have this triangle rubber band here in the way. So what we need to do is we need to go into this 4th right pin, pull back this triangle rubber band, and then grab the bottom rubber band because there's only one. And we're just going to loom this rubber band forwards very carefully to the 5th right pin. And that's all we need to do for the right side of our loom. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the beard off of the loom. But before we do that, we need to turn all of these rubber bands on the 5th pins into slip knots. So I'll go ahead and show you how we do this. On the 5th left pin, we have 2 layers of rubber bands. We have this top layer and this bottom layer. What we're going to do is we're going to use our hook, grab the bottom layer, and carefully pull it over the pin and release. That's all you're going to do. Then you're going to give this remaining layer a little tug, tightening the slip knot, but do not tighten it too much because you'll need to undo the slip knot in a few minutes once we've placed all the other rubber bands. Now we're going to do the same thing here on this 5th middle pin. And then we'll do the same here on the right. Alright, so once you have done that, now it's actually time to take the beard off of the loom. All you need to do is start over here on the left, grab the cap band on the left pin here, so the 2nd left pin, grab the cap band, pull it off. Then on the 3rd left pin, grab the rubber band that's there, pull it off. Now here on the 4th left pin, grab the rubber bands that are there, pull them off. And then pull the slip knot off of the 5th left pin. Now do the same here in the middle. And finally, we'll do the same thing here on the right. And then the 5th right pin, just pull the slip knot rubber band off. And now, you should have your little Santa beard for him when we actually place the rubber bands to make him. Alright, so to begin, we're going to be doing all the different sections and parts. So like the hat, the face, the body, the legs. We're going to be doing that a little bit kind of separately, but at the same time all together. And that will just make everything simpler. So yeah, to begin, we're going to start by making the top part of the hat. We're going to need the arrow pointing away from us now, so we need to turn our looms around. And now we can get started. So to begin, we're going to get 5 extra rubber bands, 2 red rubber bands, and 1 white rubber band. and in this tutorial, red is pink for me. Alright, so to begin, we're going to get 3 extra rubber bands. We're going to place one of them on this first left pin. We're just going to simply drop them on there, just leave them there. Then do the same on this first middle pin, just get another extra rubber band and set it on there, and same on this first right pin, just get an extra rubber band and set it on there. Alright, so once you've set those rubber bands on there, now we're going to actually start placing things. So here on the left, what we're going to do is we're going to just place an extra rubber band going from this first left pin to the second left pin. Here on the right, we're going to just skip the middle. We're going to move on to the right side of the loom. Get your other extra rubber band and place it going from this first right pin to the second right pin. Now here in the middle, it's going to be a little different. What we're going to do is we're going to get our white rubber band, turn it into a cap band, and place it on this first middle pin. Alright, now once you've done that, you're going to get 2 red rubber bands and place them going from this first middle pin to the second middle pin. Now we're going to place the rest of the rubber bands we need for the hat. So, get 3 more white rubber bands, 6 more red rubber bands, and that will be all we need. So, we're going to also need to have our hook nearby, and what we're going to do is we're going to place these white rubber bands first. We're going to be making all 3 of these white rubber bands cap bands. So, take one of your white rubber bands, turn it into a cap band, and we're going to place this white rubber band on this third left pin. Now we're going to do the same here in the middle. We're going to get a white rubber band, turn it into a cap band, and put it on this third middle pin. Now same here on the right. Get a white rubber band, turn it into a cap band, make sure this is a white rubber band, and put this new cap band on this third right pin. Alright, now get your 6 red rubber bands. We're going to be placing them doubled, so that means you get 2 instead of 1. So get 2 red rubber bands, place them going from this second left pin to this third left pin. Get 2 more red rubber bands, place them going from this second middle pin to this third middle pin, so now we're in the middle. Now we're going to do the same thing on the right. We're going to get 2 red rubber bands, stretch them going from this second right pin to this third right pin. Now we're going to get our hook, and what we're going to do is we're going to start here on the left. On this third left pin, we're going to grab the cap band on this pin, pull it over the pin, and release. Do the same thing here on the middle. Grab the cap band, pull it over the pin, and release. And then here on the right, do the same. Grab the cap band on the bottom here, pull it over the pin, and release. Alright, so now we've finished placing the rubber bands we need to for the hat. Now it is time to place the rubber bands we need for the face. So, get 9 skin color rubber bands and your Santa's beard. So get the beard for Santa and 9 skin color rubber bands. So first we're going to place the skin color rubber bands. We're going to start on the left as well. What we're going to do is we're going to take a skin color rubber band and place it going from this third left pin to this fourth left pin, and get another and place it going from this fourth left pin to this fifth left pin. Now we're going to move on to this middle row. We're going to get one skin color rubber band, place it going from this third middle pin to this fourth middle pin. And still here on this middle row, we're going to get another skin color rubber band and place it going from this fourth middle pin to this fifth middle pin. Alright, so once you've done that, now we're going to go over here to the right. We're going to get a skin color rubber band, place it going from this fourth right, from this third right pin to this fourth right pin. Then get one more and place it going from this fourth right pin to this fifth right pin. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to place the Santa beard for Santa, and well, to do this, we're going to undo one of the slip knots. So very carefully undo one slip knot. I'm going to do the one that's going to be here on the left first. And you're going to just place it on whatever side fifth pin it is on. So if you undid the slip knot on the left, you will put this rubber band that used to be the slip knot on the fifth left pin. If you undid the slip knot for the middle, you would put the rubber band you just undid on the fifth middle pin, and the right would go on the fifth right pin. So I did the left, so I'm going to put it here on the fifth left pin. We're not going to stretch it or anything, just set it on the fifth left pin. Now you're going to do the same thing with another slip knot. I'm going to do the middle next. Carefully undo it, make sure you don't pull the rubber band back through. Now we're going to put this rubber band you just undid, we're going to put it on the fifth pin, depending on where it is. So mine was in the middle, mine's going to be on the fifth middle pin. And then you're going to do your last slip knot. Mine is on the right. You're going to put it on the fifth pin, depending on which side it was on. Mine was on the right, so I'm going to put mine here on the fifth right pin. And I do apologize if you aren't if you cannot see. Alright, so as you can see here, the Santa beard is now on the fifth left, middle, and right pins. And now what we can do is we can place the last three skin color rubber bands I told you to get out. So you're going to place one of them going from this fifth left pin to this sixth left pin. Another going from this fifth middle pin back to this sixth middle pin. And one more going from this fifth right pin to this sixth right pin. We are not going to be moving the rubber bands on the beard. We're just going to leave them where they are. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to continue, and we're going to now place the rubber bands we need for the suit. So, get 16 red rubber bands, which are pink for me in this tutorial. You're going to need your one yellow rubber band, and you're also going to need 2 black rubber bands. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with red, and all of our red rubber bands are going to be doubled. So first we're going to place 2 red rubber bands and place them going down from the 6th left pin to this 7th left pin. Now we're going to be here in the middle. Now we're going to move on to the middle. We're going to get 2 red rubber bands again. Place them both going down from this 6th middle pin to the 7th middle pin. And then we're going to do the right here. We're going to grab 2 red rubber bands and place them going down from the 6th right pin to this 7th right pin. Now we're going to return to the middle, what we're going to do is we're going to get one yellow rubber band, so the only yellow rubber band you should have. We're going to place it going from this 7th middle pin to this 8th middle pin. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to get our 2 black rubber bands, and we're going to place them going across these pins here, the 9th left, middle, and right pins. So, it should look like a triangle shape. I'll show you again. So the 9th left, middle, and right pins. So go across here, then go across here. Make sure you do this with both black rubber bands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 more red rubber bands. We're going to start here on the left. We're going to place them going from this 7th left pin to this 8th left pin. Then we're going to do the same on the right. Get 2 red rubber bands and place them going from this 7th right pin to this 8th right pin. Now you're going to get your hook again. So you should have had your hook off to the side. I do apologize if you did not know this, but get your hook again. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this black rubber band over on both the left and right pins here. Let me move my loom closer. So you get your hook, grab this black rubber band, pull it over here on the left. Then, here on the right, you do the same thing. Alright, so once you have done that, now we're going to add the rest of the red rubber bands I told you to get out. So you're going to get 2 red rubber bands, place them going down from this 8th left pin to this 9th left pin. Now we're going to move back to the middle row. We're going to get 2 red rubber bands, place them going down from this 8th middle pin to this 9th middle pin. And then do the same here on the right. Grab 2 red rubber bands and place them both going down from this 8th right pin to this 7th right, to this 9th right pin. Alright, so now we are done placing the rubber bands we need to for Santa's suit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place the rubber bands for his legs and his pants. So, grab 14 black rubber bands, and then also grab 6 extra rubber bands, and I'm actually switching over to turquoise, so here we go. Grab 6 extra rubber bands and 14 black rubber bands, and then we can place the rubber bands we need to for the legs. So, to do this, we're going to be placing all of our black rubber bands will be doubled except for 2. So we're going to get 2 black rubber bands. We're going to start here on the left. We're going to get 2 black rubber bands, place them going down from this 9th left pin to this 10th left pin. Then we're going to get 2 more black rubber bands, and we're going to place them going down from this 10th left pin to this 11th left pin. Now we're going to move on to this middle row. We're going to get a background rubber band, and we're only going to be placing 1. These are only going to be singles, so we're going to get one background rubber band and place it going down from this 9th middle pin to this 10th middle pin. Now we're going to get another background rubber band and place it going down from this 10th middle pin to this 11th middle pin. And then get another background rubber band and place it going from this 11th middle pin to this 12th middle pin. Now we're going to stop there and move on to the right side. Alright, so get 2 black rubber bands again. We're going to place them going down from this 9th right pin to this 10th right pin. And then get 2 more black rubber bands and place them going from this 10th right pin to this 11th right pin. Now, what we're going to do is we're now going to place 2 more black rubber bands, but these 2 black rubber bands are going to be cap bands. They are going to be the little shoes or little feet on Santa. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these black rubber bands, turn it into a cap band, and place this new cap band on this 12th left pin. Now we're going to do the same on the right. Get another black rubber band, turn it into a cap band, and then place it on this 12th right pin. Very simple. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place the remaining black rubber bands. We should have more, but we have 4 more left, 4 more left for the legs. So we get 2 black rubber bands once again. Place these 2 black rubber bands going down from this 11th left pin to this 12th left pin, and then do the same on the right. Get 2 black rubber bands and place them going down from this 11th right pin to this 12th right pin. Alright, now you're going to get your hook, and you're going to grab the cap band here on this 12th left pin, pull it over the pin, and release it. Then do the same on the right. Grab the cap band with your hook, pull it over the pin, and release it. Now we're going to place the remaining background rubber bands we have out right now. And we should have 3 left. A couple extra. So, now what you're going to do is you're going to get 1 background rubber band. We're going to start on the left. We're going to place it going inwards from this 12th left pin to this 13th middle pin. Then we're going to move on to the middle row. We're going to grab a background rubber band, place it going from this 12th middle pin to this 13th middle pin. And finally, we're going to get 1 last background rubber band and place it going inwards from this 12th right pin to this 13th middle pin. Now we are done placing the rubber bands we need to make the actual Santa. Now we need to make the arms. So, get the remaining red rubber bands you should have, the last 2 white rubber bands you should have, and 2 more black rubber bands. Also, get your hook. Alright, I know I said you should get 2 black rubber bands, but you will actually need 4, so get 2 more. So you should have 4 black rubber bands, all of the remaining red rubber bands that you should have left, and 2 white rubber bands. Alright, so to begin, we're going to be making the arms. We're going to only need our hook, so I have my loom over here. Just have your loom off to the side. We will be placing the arms after we make them. But anyway, to make the arms, we're going to need to grab a black rubber band. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of put it on our hook, and we're going to be making this black rubber band here the cap band, or the first rubber band in the arm. Alright, so to do this, we're going to have the black rubber band on our hook. We're going to twist the rubber band while it's still on our hook, and put this new shape we create on our hook as well. Now we have something like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get 1 black rubber band and 1 white rubber band. We're going to put them on the actual hook part of our hook, and then slide this black rubber band that's already on our hook onto these 2 new rubber bands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of push these 2 rubber bands that are already on our hook down, and this end of these 2 rubber bands will be put on our hooks with the other end. So now we have something like this. Now the rest we're going to be placing for this arm is going to be red rubber bands, and they're all going to be doubled except for one. But for the first of the red rubber bands for the arms will be doubled, so get 2 red rubber bands, put them on the actual hook part of your hook, and slide these 2 rubber bands already on your hook onto these 2 new rubber bands. Now we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to kind of push this end of the rubber bands already on the hook farther down, and this end of the rubber bands we're holding with our fingers will be put on the hook as well. Now we're going to do this exact same thing 2 more times. We're going to get 2 red rubber bands, put them on the actual hook part of our hook, slide these rubber bands that are already on our hook onto these 2 new rubber bands. Having a little bit of trouble with that. There we go. And we're going to slide, kind of push these rubber bands that are already on our hook further down, and these end here, and this end here we're holding with our fingers, put it on our actual hook as well. And now we're going to do this one more time. Get 2 red rubber bands, put them on the actual hook part of the hook, slide these 2 rubber bands that are already on our hook onto these 2 new rubber bands that we just put on our hook. So now we have this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of push this end of the rubber bands down, further down the hook, and put this end we're holding with our fingers onto our hook as well. And now we're almost done with the first arm. Now we're going to grab just 1 red rubber band. We're going to do the same thing we've done with all the other rubber bands. We're going to put it on the actual hook part of our hook, slide all of these rubber bands already on our hook onto this new rubber band. Then we're going to push this end of the rubber band that's already on our hook further down, and this end we're holding with our fingers, put it on our hook. Now we have our first arm. Now you can go ahead and get your loom again. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this arm on the 8th left pin. So this pin here, where the jacket kind of ends and the face starts. So this pin right here. What we're going to do is we're going to transfer these 2 layers on this rubber band on our hook onto this 8th left pin. And you can do that however you wish, as long as the rubber bands get onto this 8th left pin. Alright, so once you have that arm on, you can go ahead and push your loom back off to the side, and we're going to make a second arm. Now I'm going to go a little bit faster this time because it's actually very simple and very easy to make the arms. So yeah, if you need to use the pause button, go ahead and use it, but now we're going to make the second arm. So to make the arms for Santa, you're going to get a black rubber band to start. We're just going to put it on our hook like so. What we're going to do is we're going to make this our cap band, or the first rubber band in the arm. So we're going to twist the rubber band while it's still on our hook, and put this new shape we create by twisting the rubber band onto our hook as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our last white rubber band and a black rubber band. There we go. Put them on the actual hook part of our hook. Slide this cap band, or this rubber band here that's already on our hook, onto these 2 new rubber bands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of push this end of the rubber bands that is already on our hook further down, and this end of the rubber bands we're holding with our fingers, we're going to put it on our hook. Now we're going to get 2 red rubber bands, put them on the hook part of our hook, push these rubber bands that are already on our hook onto this new rubber band, or these 2, because you should have gotten 2. We're going to push this end of the rubber bands that's already on our hook further down, and this end here that is being held by our fingers, we're going to put it on our hook as well. Now we're going to do this 2 more times. We're going to get 2 red rubber bands, put them on the hook part of our hook, slide these rubber bands that are already on our hook onto these 2 new rubber bands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of push these rubber bands already on our hook further down and put these two, and put this end that we're holding with our fingers onto our hook as well. One more time, 2 red rubber bands, put them on our hook, slide these rubber bands onto the new rubber bands, push this end on our hook further down, and this end we're holding with our fingers onto our hook. And now we should have 1 red rubber band left. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get a red rubber band, put it on our hook, put it on the hook part of our hook, so only 1. Now we're going to slide these rubber bands already on our hook onto this new rubber band. Push this end of the rubber band further down our hook, and this end we're holding with our fingers, put it on our actual hook. And now we have the second arm. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our loom again, and we're going to put this arm on the 8th right pin. So the pin on the opposite side of the left pin with an arm on it. So this one here. And you can get these rubber bands onto this pin however you find it the easiest to do so. I'm just going to slide these rubber bands onto the pin. And there we go. Now we have both of the arms on our loom. Now we're almost done making our Santa. Now all we need to do is place the eyes and the connector rubber bands that will connect all 3 rows of these, I guess, single chains together, and then we can loom. So get the remaining 5 black rubber bands, the remaining 3 skin color rubber bands, the remaining 3 red rubber bands, and you should actually have 4, but I don't know where one of mine must have rolled away, or I missed one. So you should have 4 red rubber bands left, and you should also still have some background color rubber bands left. Just have those off to the side. Alright, so before we place any connector rubber bands, we're going to be placing the eyes for our Santa. And to do that, we're going to need 2 black rubber bands. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making these black rubber bands into triple cap bands. Now, to do that, we're going to be starting on the left. We're going to take a black rubber band. We're going to make it into a regular cap band first. Twist it. And fold the rubber band back on top of itself. Nothing you haven't really done before. Then, what we're going to do with this regular cap band is we're going to put it on this 10th left pin. Alright, let me turn my loom. Alright, so once you have this out here, as you can see, there are only 2 little layers for this cap band. What you're going to do is you're going to grab one of these layers, and you're going to twist it again, and we're going to put this new shape that you have on your fingers now onto the pin as well. So now you have your triple cap band. Now, if you would like to twist the rubber band again, then you can go ahead. That would be a quadruple cap band, but we only need to make a triple cap band. But yeah, now we're going to do this exact same thing on the right. We're going to get a black rubber band, turn it into a regular cap band, put this cap band on the 10th right pin, the pin on the right on the opposite side of the left pin with an eye. Now we have this regular cap band. We're going to just grab one of these 2 layers, twist the layer again, and put this new shape we create onto our loom as well. Very simple. Well, at least I hope it is. Now, once we've placed these eyes, we can now actually place the connector rubber bands so we can actually have the Santa connected and not 3 little single chains all over the place. Alright, now before we do this, I forgot to say before, for the belt down here, underneath this yellow rubber band, we need to take off these pink rubber bands. So just take them off. They should get caught underneath this background rubber band here. Just take those off. What we need to do is grab these two black rubber bands that are in front of the pin. We need to grab them and put them behind the pin. Then you can grab these two red rubber bands again and put them back where they were originally. Just a small thing I forgot to tell everybody to do. But once you've done that, now we can get the remaining 4 red rubber bands, the remaining 3 black rubber bands, and the remaining 3 skin color rubber bands. Now to start, we're going to use the black rubber bands. We're going to be placing them in triangle shapes on our loom. Also have your hook nearby, because once we get up to the eyes, we're going to be doing something a little different. So we're going to get a black rubber band. We're going to place it in a triangle shape going across the 3rd pins. So the 3rd left pin, the 3rd middle pin, and the 3rd right pin. So 3rd left pin, 3rd middle pin, 3rd right pin. Triangle shape. Right, now we're going to get another black rubber band and do the same thing, only on the 4th pins. So the 4th left pin to the 4th middle pin, and from the 4th middle pin to the 4th right pin. All with 1 rubber band. Alright, just needed to adjust my camera because it was getting a little difficult to see. Now as you can see here, we have 2 triangles. Now we're going to get our last black rubber band and place it in a triangle shape going across the 5th pins. So, the 5th left pin to the 5th middle pin, and from the 5th middle pin to the 5th right pin. Now we're going to switch over to red rubber bands. We're going to be placing 3 of them at first. So we're going to get a red rubber band. We're going to place it going across the 6th pins. So 6th left pin, 6th middle pin, 6th middle pin, 6th right pin. Now we're going to place another red rubber band, only now on the 7th pins. Make sure it creates this triangle shape. Now we're going to get another pink rubber band. Now we're going to get another red rubber band, place it going across the 8th pins. And we should have 1 red rubber band left, but we're not going to be placing it yet. Now we're going to switch over to the skin color rubber bands. I'm going to grab 1 of them. We're going to place it going across the 9th pins. Now we're going to get another skin color rubber band, place it going across the 10th pins, but before we place the next skin color rubber band, or the last one, we're going to get our hook and we're going to be doing something with these eyes here. So, as you can see here on my example, the eyes are not like inside of the chains, they're in between the different chains here, and I'm going to be showing you how to create that. So, get your hook, and we're going to do this on the 10th left pin first. All we're going to do is we're going to grab the eye rubber band, so the black rubber band that is the eyes, and we're going to pull it over the pin and onto this rubber band we just placed above it. Now, if you need to, you can grab 1 or 2 layers at a time, but as long as you get the entire eye over the pin, like this, you will get this little thing here. You'll do the same thing here on the right. You'll grab the eye rubber band, pull it over the pin, and you can grab 1 or 2 layers at a time. Go ahead and show you. There you go. And now you have your second eye. Right, so now you can put your hook off to the side again until it's ready, until it's time to loom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our last skin color rubber band and place it going across the 11th pins. So 11th left pin, 11th middle pin, then to the 11th right pin. Now we're going to place our last red rubber band on the 12th pins. And that should create a triangle shape here. Alright, so now we are done placing rubber bands that we need to for our Santa. Now it is time to actually loom. So go ahead, get your hook, and one extra rubber band, so one extra color rubber band, because now it is time to loom our Santa. Alright, so as you can see here, I have switched to the pink background, so now that means it's time to loom. I actually haven't done that in a while, but anyway. For looming, you need one extra color rubber band, your hook, and your loom with everything on it the same way it's always been on there. And we're going to need to make sure that the arrow on our loom is still pointing towards us. The arrow has been pointing this direction ever since we've placed the arms. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be placing this extra color rubber band first. What we're going to do with it is we're going to turn it into a cap band. We're going to place this cap band on this first middle pin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually start looming. And looming this is extremely easy. It's the exact same as looming a triple single. So I'll be showing you how to loom the left side of this bracelet only, and then I'm going to leave you to loom the middle and right row on your own. So, looming this is just like a triple single. You pull back the cap band on this first middle pin, grab the top rubber band underneath of this cap band and loom it outwards to the second left pin, because that is where this rubber band should be coming from. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull back this top rubber band, grab the bottom two rubber bands, because some of these rubber bands are doubled. We're going to pull them forwards to the next left pin. Now we're here on this third left pin. We're going to pull back this triangle rubber band here on top, any top rubber bands that are there. Grab the bottom two rubber bands because these are doubled, and loom them forwards to the next left pin. Right, trying to figure out which way is the best. Okay, we'll just hold my loom like this. Alright, so now we're here on this fourth left pin. Same thing, pull back the top rubber bands, grab the bottom two rubber bands because these are doubled, and loom them forwards to the next pin. And well, that's all you're going to do. You're just going to pull back any top rubber bands that are there and loom them forwards, going all the way up the left side of your loom. So I'm not going to fast forward this part because I'm going to show you what you're going to do when you get to the arms and the beard here. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue. Just use the pause button if you need to. Alright, so just use the pause button if you need to, but once you get to a body part such as the arm, what you're going to do is you're just simply going to pull those rubber bands back as well. So the next rubber band I will be looming will be a skin color rubber band, which is only one rubber band, it's not doubled. So when you pull back all of these top rubber bands, you should only be grabbing one rubber band and looming it forwards. Same thing when you get to this beard, which is the next pin. You just pull back any top rubber bands that are there, including the beard rubber bands. Once you pull back all those top rubber bands, you can grab this bottom rubber band and carefully loom it forwards. And that's all you do for the rest of the left side. Just pull back any top rubber bands, grab the bottom rubber band, and loom it forwards. So we're just going to go ahead and continue. Just use the pause button if you need to. And there we go. So once you get to the end of the left side of your loom, you have this extra rubber band right here that is kind of just sitting here on the pin. Just leave that alone for now. We're not going to be doing anything with this until the end. Alright, so now that you know how to loom this bracelet here, you're just going to continue this thing of pulling back the top rubber bands, grabbing the bottom rubber band and looming it forwards, going all the way down both the middle and right pin bars. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward. Now in the middle there won't be anything you need to pull back except for up here at the beard, and there shouldn't be anything you need to pull back. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. Just use the pause button if you need to. Alright, so as you can see here, I have finished looming all of the rubber bands here on my loom, except for these extra rubber bands on the ends, on the 13th pins here. And well, now we're going to be dealing with those now. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coming up here to the 13th left, middle, and right pins where the extra rubber bands are, and we're going to be kind of looming them, but it's going to be a little bit more tricky. Alright, so we're going to be starting with the left first, and because I'm left-handed, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but what you're going to do is you're going to grab this extra rubber band that's just sitting here on the left, so the arrow is still pointing towards you. You're going to pull it out so it's kind of stuck on this pin here, so when you pull it, it's not going to come off your loom. What you're going to do is you're going to go in this 13th left pin with your hook, grab this rubber band that you are pulling, and kind of loom it. So I'm going to pull it up. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put the other end of this rubber band onto your hook as well. Give the rubber band a little tug. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot. So we're going to grab this end here that's farthest away from the actual end of your hook here. So this end. You're going to pull it off of your hook. And then this end that's still on your hook, you're going to give it a little tug. So tighten the slip knot a little bit, not too much. Make sure you have a slip knot like this. Now you're going to do the same thing here in the middle. But here in the middle you have this cap band. This white rubber band that's your cap band. You're going to need to make sure you go through that white rubber band as well. So you pull on this rubber band. You're going to take your hook, you're going to go through this middle pin. Make sure you also go through the white cap band there, which I am trying to do right now. Scoot this up. There we go. Once you are able to pull back this cap band, go ahead and grab that extra rubber band that you have sitting there, kind of pull it up and loom it. It's very tricky. Alright. Now you're going to put the other end of this rubber band you're holding with your fingers onto your hook as well. Now you're going to make a slip knot. So grab this end of the rubber band farthest away from the actual hook part of your hook. Pull it off of your hook and give this rubber band that's still on your hook a tug. There we go. Now we're going to do the right side. This will be a lot easier for me because I'm left-handed. Alright, so you do the same thing. You just grab this extra rubber band, kind of pull on it, get your hook, grab this rubber band here that you're pulling on, kind of loom it forwards, even though there's nothing there. And this extra rubber band you're holding with your fingers, put it on your hook as well. And then you're going to make a slip knot. So grab this end of the rubber band that's farthest away from the actual hook part of your hook, pull it off of your hook, and give this remaining end here a tug. Oops. Pull this rubber band off. There we go. Now you should have 3 slip knots on the end of your loom, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start taking rubber bands off. So go ahead, make sure your arrow is still pointing towards you, which if you turned your loom to make these slip knots, then that's okay, but make sure the arrow is pointing towards you now. Now what we're going to do is pretty simple. We're just going to start here on this first middle pin, grab the rubber band, so the cap band that's there, and just pull it off with your hook. Then over here on this second left pin, you grab the rubber bands, pull them off. Second right pin, pull the rubber bands off. Just gonna keep doing this, just pulling rubber bands off of the pins they are on, going all the way up your loom until you get here to the arms. Once you get to the arms, stop. So I'm not gonna fast forward this, just gonna continue. Use the pause button if you need to. Alright, so once you get to the arms here, you're just going to simply pull all of the rubber bands off. Just need to be a little bit more careful. And when you get to the beard, you also need to be a little careful. You're just going to be pulling off more rubber bands. And here in the middle, it would be a little bit more challenging to grab the rubber bands, so if you need to just pull the bracelet, then go ahead. You're just going to continue. Here in the middle with the beard. Kind of gets in the way. There we go. You're just going to continue up until you get to the end of your loom. So the 13th left, middle, and right pins where your slip knots are. So I'm not going to fast forward this part either, because it's just right there. Alright, so as you can see here, I have my Santa, and I'm here at the end of my loom. You just go ahead and pull all of these rubber bands off, and now you have your Santa, almost. What we need to do now is we need to kind of join these extra rubber bands here on top together, and then we will be done. So get another extra rubber band. So to finish off your Santa, you're going to need 2 pins on your loom and your extra rubber band, your hook, your Santa. What you're going to do with this extra rubber band is you're going to stretch it going across any 2 pins on your loom. Make sure the arrow on your loom is pointing towards you. I'm going to be using these 2 left pins, so the first left pin and the second left pin. What we're going to do is we're going to attach these slip knots here to this first pin, or the first pin here on your loom. So with the arrow pointing towards you, whatever pin is closest to you, that is what you're going to be putting all your slip knots on. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to undo all of these slip knots. Be extremely careful when you do this. You do not want to lose the rubber bands that the slip knots are. So you undo the slip knots. If you would like to use a clip to keep them together, then you can go ahead and grab a clip, but I'm not going to be using clips. So just be very careful when you undo these slip knots, especially the one in the middle. I'm actually going to get a clip for the middle. Right, so just get a clip and attach it to both ends here. Okay. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and put a clip on all of my rubber bands. So just gonna go ahead and clips, undo the slip knot, and alright. I put on a clip on this one because I don't want to lose the rubber bands. Okay, so once you have your slip knots undone, what we're going to do is we're going to attach them all together, all the rubber bands together, and we're going to put them on the pin closest to you. So if the arrow is pointing towards you, which it should be, I'm going to be putting my rubber bands on this pin here. So you're going to take one of the loops that used to be a slip knot, you're just going to set it on this pin here that's closest to you. If you have a clip on it, you can go ahead and take it off. Now you're going to do the other side, so do not do the middle yet, only the left and right first. Now you're going to do the middle. So once you have the left and right sides here on this pin, you're going to go ahead and put the middle on. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to loom this rubber band that we have stretched across these two pins here, or whatever two pins you're using. So now you're going to want to get out your paper clip so you can make this an ornament. And yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get our hook. Just go ahead and grab your hook. We're going to pull back all of these top rubber bands here. Grab this very bottom rubber band and loom it forwards. So wherever it's coming from, that's where you loom this rubber band. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to get our paper clip and we're going to shape our paper clip so it is suitable for a Christmas tree. So what we do is we have this smaller little U here and then the larger U. What we're going to do is we're going to grab the smaller U and pull it away from the rest of the paper clip. So kind of like you're going to be making a little triangle, but you're going to keep going until the paper clip is flat again and you have this kind of weird S shape. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the smaller of these two kind of U shapes, so the smaller one, and we're going to attach it to this rubber band we just loomed. Pull it up through. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring both sides of the U together. So this end that's kind of sticking off, just go ahead and push it towards the other side. Then you can take these rubber bands off of your loom. And there we go. Now we have our Santa, and it's on a paper clip so we can use it as a ornament. And, well, I guess that's it, because now we have our Santa. So now I guess it's time for the outro. So I would like to thank you for watching my tutorial. Hopefully it showed you how to make a Santa triple single pet Santa ornament successfully. And I do apologize if this tutorial wasn't as good as my other tutorials, because I've been feeling pretty sick lately and I forgot to do a lot of things. So I do apologize if this tutorial wasn't very good. I need to get back in making tutorials for looms again, but I'm also feeling pretty sick. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than the cool thing with this is you can now hang your little Santa ornament up on your tree, or you could just hang it up somewhere. And if you want to make this a bracelet, all you have to do is just take the paper clip off and then just add a single chain or whatever bracelet you want to the end of this rubber band that's on the paper clip, and then you can have your bracelet and attach a clip and all that fanciness. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this tutorial, other than thanks for watching and bye!